So our first speaker of the afternoon is Amanda FitzGerald. I'm sure most of you already know this because she is Major Visibility. She is the queen of PR and your very own visibility strategist. She loves helping turn experts to thought leaders and helping best-kept secrets come out of hiding as they land podcasts, speaking gigs, and powerful press coverage. I need you in my life. That's why she's called Major Visibility. Please welcome Amanda to the stage with Visibly Starts in the Rear View Mirror. Yeah.
Yes, I am known as Major Visibility because I empower and help women to become known, visible, seen and heard, and hired. So, people know me as quite extrovert. I dopamine dress, I do my wild water swimming, so I certainly walk the let's get visible talk. However, once upon a time, 6 years ago, I lost all of my confidence. I had a confidence crisis. So when I say that I lost my confidence, people gasp and they go, "No, you can't. You're really confident." And I say, "Well, yes, actually, I can." I was suffering from a condition, and it was really heavy stuff, okay? I had something called amoxophobia. Anybody heard of that? It means fear of driving. However, I had a greater fear, a worse fear than that. Fear of driving on the motorways. There's a term for this. Motorway anxiety disorder. That's what I had. Can you see the acronym there? MAD. And that is exactly how I felt. Mad in every sense of the word. I couldn't get out. I'd lost my freedom. I had lost my confidence. I just couldn't drive anywhere. Nowadays, the roads are so busy. The motorways, they are full of my bête noire, lorries. You only need to turn on the radio and you hear Sally Traffic talking about the latest crash on the M25, the trials for convoy lorries. Yes, that's one lorry towing another lorry. And then you have got driverless cars. When is all this motorway madness going to stop? How is a nervous driver meant to go and visit her family? I live in Essex, they live in Worcester. According to Google Maps, that's a 3.5-hour journey. But some of you may not know this magic button on Google Maps. Avoid motorway routes. So when you press that button, your journey suddenly becomes 7 long hours. Yeah, very long. So in the 90s, yes, I'm that young, I was traveling in India with my mother, and we experienced a car crash. We were in one of those cars. It's called a Suzuki Maruti. I don't know whether you've heard of that. It's like a Cinquecento, like a Fiat 500 size car, very small. We've been driven in that car. And we were doing the first leg of the Golden Triangle, okay? That is Delhi to Agra. Agra, the home of the Taj Mahal. I was so excited about having my Lady Diana moment in front of the Taj. However, the traffic in India, if you think UK is bad, it is crazy. It is rush hour 24/7. You have got tuk-tuks, cyclists, sacred cows, lorries, and everything in between. So I gently suggested to my mother, "Mum, please can we just do this journey by train? You know how famous India is for its trains?" My suggestion was overruled. So you may think that I am persuasive. You haven't met my mother. So off we set at dawn, and I had a really bad feeling about this journey. So what I did was I blew up my neck pillow, my aeroplane neck pillow, and I was going to sleep out this journey so I didn't have to see all that traffic. Anyway, next minute I awaken to this huge popping of my neck pillow bursting. Massive crash and a bang ringing in my ears. Glass shards are everywhere. And this very small car had been concertinaed in. We had just been rammed into by the most enormous lorry. We escaped uninjured, mercifully and miraculously, but we were very, very shaken up. Needless to say, we did go to the Taj. I don't think I quite did my Lady Di there. I don't really remember very much about that. So this trauma came back to haunt me 6 years ago when I was going through a very acrimonious divorce. We had separated, yet we were still living under the same roof with our 2 children. It was really tough. So I needed some family support. I wanted to go and visit my sister and my mum to have a bit of, respite care. So I set off in the car with my daughter, 13 at the time. And as we're exiting Essex, I was having a panic attack because my ex-husband, was ringing the phone red hot. It buzzed and it buzzed and it buzzed. He was furious with me. He thought that I was stealing our daughter. So the more the phone rang, the more panic in me rose. And I was on the M25. It's like, oh my God, I'm meant to be a role model. I am meant to be calm and confident to my daughter. What can I do? So I'm driving on the M25. I'm literally staving off panic attack. And then suddenly, oh my God, South Mimms 1 mile away. So I crawl in 30 miles an hour on the M25. Beep, beep. So we finally get there, and there I can have my breakdown. I can cry on the steering wheel and all the rest of it. But by the time I'd managed to chill out a bit, it was like, oh my God, I am not going to go back to Essex in a hurry. Not to that household. I need to get west. I need to get to Worcester, but that's like 3 hours away. What am I going to do? No man's land. Okay, what do? I call my brother. He lives fairly close by. He came to the rescue. He was miraculously free. He's a really busy man, but he was free. He said, yes, Amanda, I'm going to drive you all the way home. He drove me home. So this motorway incident, the South Mimms moment, meant that whenever I see a lorry in the rearview mirror, I saw them as evil entities out to get me. The headlights, I saw them as evil, staring eyes. And I saw the grille as a fixed, staring grimace every time I'd see one in the rearview mirror. I was like, oh my God. Then, due to this, I was missing essential events. Festivals, okay, we can check that off, but I missed my daughter's parents' evening. Yeah? She's 30 minutes down the A12, a very busy road. And I couldn't even do that, so I was missing essential events. So I thought, I have got to get help. So what do you do when you need help? You call in the experts. So I found an expert. He had helped my niece pass her driving test first off. He was amazing, based in Worcester, and a fantastic, well-renowned driving instructor. Very booked up, but he managed to make space for this menopausal woman who couldn't drive on the motorway. So I drive back to Worcester. Guess how many hours it took me? You guessed it, 7, pressing avoid motorways. So there I am on some of the busiest motorways in the UK, Birmingham. M5, M40, M42, you've got them. And I was there, feet to the fire, for 4 hours. And first off, I was having a hot flush, a cold flush, opening the windows, shutting the windows, putting on the aircon, turning it off. I thought, this poor driving instructor is used to 17-year-old chill dudes. There I was, menopausal, having all these hot flushes. But amongst all of this chaos, he said to me, Amanda, did you know that lorries can only go a maximum of 60 miles an hour. I said, 60? He said, yeah. I said, oh, well, that's amazing. They're not nasty entities, are they yet? So he said, Amanda, can we leave the slow lane already? Can we overtake one now? So I said, no, I can't. He says, you can. I can't. You can. I can't. Push the gas. So I pushed that gas, and I overtook a lorry. And I overtook another one. So by the end of those 4 long hours, he said to me, Amanda, you are a safe driver. You can do this. You're confident. Do you know what? I felt listened to, I felt seen, and I felt heard. This man helped me to regain my confidence. It was incredible. So guess how many hours it took me to get home, back to Essex the following day? Come on. 3.5, you've got it. I did not press that bloody button. So made it back. So nowadays, I no longer personify them lorries. Nope, I don't. I have stopped doing that. What I do, whenever I see a lorry in the rearview mirror, I say to myself, oh, that's just Mr. Brown. He's delivering the eggs. He's delivering the cement. He's delivering my Amazon Prime order. He's not out to get me. He's just doing his day job. I also say mantras. I say to myself, I am confident. I'm a safe driver. I am good at driving. I'm safe. So that is what I do. And I also break down my journeys into 30-minute chunks. So if I can go and visit my daughter at her school, that is 30 minutes down the busy A12. Okay, I can do that. If I'm doing a 2-hour journey, I just go, okay, that's 3 or 4 batches worth of going to see my daughter at school. Perfect. It really, really helps. So my message is this. If you are lacking confidence and you want to be seen and you've got a super fear, turn it into a superpower. Seek help from the experts. We are all here to help you. So, all I want to say is this. My name is Amanda FitzGerald. Major visibility. I may be an okay motorway driver, but guess what? I'm a kick-ass PR. And I've got one last thing to say. To close that loop on the old divorce story, I'm engaged to the most wonderful woman. You know what I mean. And I just love helping women to blow their own trumpet. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So there you go. Am I coming off?
Spectacular.
Thank you.